more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like blue foncé very much.
People don't like a film about colors. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
What?
Very funny.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Foncé is all about?
He hesitates, but when I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spills it all. Bleu foncé, l'heure la plus sombre des noirs britanniques. Oh, I see. Dark blue, the darkest hours of the black British. He speaks with passion of one who has come through the very matter he is concerned with. There is conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. Why would I would have told him that he is an amazing speaker if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in schools and in the workplace. Lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. Maybe that's why it had bad reviews. As it was speaking about black people without trying to be racist. Sorry. He spoke of blacks and people of color in general still being treated like second-class citizens. Yeah, that sucks. All because of the color of their skin. It's all just positively riveting and sad. Comes to a point wherein he soon loses steam. He looks abashed, realizing what he had just
Sorry,
done.
I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
Eee.
Uh-huh. Thanks, I guess.
I guess. I want to say that I understand where it's coming from, but I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and I've lived a charmed life. It has not been perfect, but the difficulties I've been through pales in comparison to what others experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were it any different. Would I still have met Luke, and would he still have loved me if I was any lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about. It sounds like you've... Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat.
Does she thinks that he was some sort of slave before? Yeah, probably just live a normal life.
And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class. I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around, but a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
But Dad and you. Children can be so cruel at times. Of course, it may be a slightly different story when you have a personal guards. The stolen item is not a pencil, but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
Nice. That's it.
You suppose? Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully.
A bully? What?
It's just that...
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like fragile porcelain, with nursemaid waiting to me hand and foot. All the material possession anyone could ever want I could ask for on a whim, and it would be handed to me just like that. But I barely saw my parents, just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they were needed to next. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. It makes you think how alone you are.
A pensive mood overcomes us, and there's a moment where neither of us are sure how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet it is not wholly uncomfortable, like as if we've been friends.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here. You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just as large and extravagant. And just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde mansion. What's next on the agenda?
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Honor Wright thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. Bleu Foncé, The Darkest Hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it. Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Oui. People are shite. What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
I strike a pose while he's being busy, looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expecting me to just go and say such a crass word. And she's totally flirting with a guy. And she's blaming Luke for flirting with guys. Girls. With guys, right? But he recovers quickly and after snapping a few shots, he grins.
Yeah, vous êtes belle.
Vous êtes belle. You are beautiful.
You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French. You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents.
I do know quite a good French here, yeah.
Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
Not really, but maybe a bit, but not too much.
So, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry, but I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Yep. French cuisine is quite damn good.
Can you cook your best?
Bouillabaisse? What the hell is that? I don't even know.
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
C'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique! It has been too long since I've had a nice and proper chat with a good friend. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. And although we've just met, Zachary is the sort who can probably befriend anyone. He's just a comfortable person to be around with. A bit too comfortable. The photo shoot went by a breeze. And somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing it. They give me this strange look until I back off and he'll go back to asking questions after I agree to do his little interview. And it's just odd. I don't know. Me being friendly is not that odd. That's how I am. Zachary is the one that's being odd. How though? Why anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works, and if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind, but he's a big boy, he should be able to handle me. Ooh! All it is a friendly touch here. A pretty smile there, and gentle swaying of the hips as I move around. Zachary grew and grew more red every time he noticed. Am I being mean as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. And there's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Zachary and I are just having a playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least, that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted. Could you maybe stop doing that?
Stop. I'm not sure if I want to though. Yeah. This is who I am, and I am not going to tone myself down for somebody else. I have no obligation to do so. At any rate, he is rather cute, and it is a bit fun seeing him squirm. What's worse? What's the worst that can happen? Well, Luke can kind of find out and kick your butt, but okay. I doubt it would be anything bad, considering how much of a gentleman he
Oh,
is.
stop doing what, Zach, sweetie?
Touching my arm and looking at me like, eh?
Jesus. I pause, giving a baffled look. This is certainly the first time a man has ever complained about me being too friendly.
I'm not doing anything wrong. Come on now, don't be like that. It's just a bit of fun.
A bit of harmless one? Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just really uncomfortable and I don't think either of us want Mr. Right to see us and think there's any funny business. I'm sorry. Look, can we just... We're finished with the interview already, aren't we? Maybe it's about time I go.
Oh, you must be joking.
No, I'm not.
You're certainly the odd one. Don't be such a killjoy. A little bit of flirting never hurt anyone. Other men would simply be delighted by my interest in them. Besides, you really are such a cutie.
Well, I'm not them, Hannah.
Oh shit! He's getting bad.
So, yeah, I'm probably odd.
Damn. Zach is holding his ground.
I don't understand you.
Let me put it this way. You're a pretty lady, so this must have happened to you at least once or twice. How would you feel if someone was making you uncomfortable? Only for them to refuse when you ask them to stop and they make you out to be the one that's wrong?
Oh, Jesus. Zach, I was just joking.
This isn't the same as that.
As I try to argue his point, he starts to pack the rest of his bags. This is preposterous. My main argument is, words of a man complains about a beautiful woman being friendly with them. It seems logical in my head, but the moment I try to say it, it starts to fall apart. I'm pretty sure oh, jeez. Okay.
Yes, it is. Unwanted advances don't make me feel macho or anything like that. I'm not here to argue morals or ethics, Miss Wright. I think I have more than enough for the interview if that's fine with you. I may be starting to overstay my welcome.
I feel deflated. And things were going so smoothly though, too. I ended up pushing too hard just when I might have found myself a good friend. I'm not sure if I feel awful because I'm not getting what I want or because I was just compared to the pigs I so despise.
You're not even going to let me apologize.
Aww.
You're not a bad person, Hannah. Just
Because I really am sorry.
people won't always be how you want them to be. And apology accepted.
Aww.
But I really do need to go. A friend of mine is expecting me and it's getting late.
Will you visit again? I will be asking for copies of those photographs.
Yeah, sure. I'll make you a copy.
That would be much appreciated. I'll ask Johans to see you out.
I feel sick to my stomach as I watch Zachary's leave. It is silly to be upset over a falling out with a man who was, a few hours ago, a complete stranger to me. That doesn't excuse my boorish behavior at all, and it does not make the ill feeling any better. Idling about, I stare off into space, unsure of how I feel. And I stay a good while just standing there until the sun sets in the horizon. Disheartened, I proceed back into the mansion for supper. Oh man, we're gonna be in the house at night! Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It is dark. For a moment, I thought the electric work is not up to par. That clearly is not the case, as every other room is bright with artificial